5 jumping jacks.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Push-up position.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. First set of 10 push-ups.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1,
Sir.
2,
Sir.
3,
Sir.
4,
Sir.
5,
Sir.
6,
Sir.
7,
Sir.
8,
Sir.
9,
Sir.
10.
Sir. Let's kneel.
Yes, sir.
Second set.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1,
Sir.
2,
Sir.
3,
Sir.
4,
Sir.
5,
Sir.
6,
Sir.
7,
Sir.
8,
Sir.
9,
Sir.
10.
Sir. Last set.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1,
Sir.
2,
Sir.
3,
Sir.
4,
Sir.
5,
Sir.
6,
Sir.
7,
Sir.
8,
Sir.
9,
Sir.
10.
Sir.
Oi. On your back for piston kicks.
Yes, sir.
First set of 25.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
set,
Yes, sir.
begin.
1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir, 11, sir, 12, sir, 13, sir, 14, sir, 15, sir, 16, sir, 17, sir, 18, sir, 19, sir, 20, sir, 1, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir.
Last set,
Yes, sir.
begin.
1,
Sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir,
9, sir,
10, sir, 11, sir, 12, sir,
13, sir,
14, sir, 15, sir, 16, sir,
17, sir,
18, sir, 19, sir,
20, sir, 2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir.
Sit up. Feet straight out in front, reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
1, sir.
2,
sir, 3, sir,
4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir, 11, sir, 12, sir, 13, sir, 14, sir, 15, sir, 16, sir, 17, sir, 18, sir, 19, sir, 20, sir, 1, sir.
Bend one leg in,
Yes, sir.
reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes. 1, sir.
2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir, 11, sir, 12, sir, 13, sir, 14, sir, 15, sir, 16, sir, 17, sir, 18, sir, 19, sir, 20, sir.
Switch.
Yes, sir.
And reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
1, sir.
2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10, sir, 11, sir, 12, sir, 13, sir, 14, sir, 15, sir, 16, sir, 17, sir, 18, sir, 19, sir, 20, sir.
Bottom of the feet together, bend forward, touch your nose to your toes, or as far as you can go.
Sir.
1, sir.
2, sir, 3, sir, 4, sir, 5, sir, 6, sir, 7, sir, 8, sir, 9, sir, 10,
The
sir,
ribs, ass, let's go. Stay
12,
focused,
sir,
stretch.
13, sir,
Focus.
14, sir, 15, sir, 16, sir, 17, sir, 18, sir, 19, sir, 20, sir.
A seated angle, legs wide apart.
Yes, sir.
Lift yourself up and turn to your right.
Yes, sir.
Turn and shift to the other side.
Yes, sir.
So to start the new year off just right, just a reminder, this is an etiquette thing. This does not mean that you're not doing it. I'm just letting everybody know. It's always good to get a reminder. Your uniform should be washed and pressed. If not before every class, then every other class, right? So make sure that your uniform isn't spending the weekend balled up in your bag after you sweated in it, right? And you get that funny mildew sweat smell, you know?
Yes, sir.
So keep it washed. I recommend putting baking soda in the wash if you don't want to put bleach in it, because, there's other colors, not just the white. So put baking soda instead of bleach or anything like that, with regular detergent. It usually keeps all the colors and cleans it really well, and removes all the scents and stains. Turn and shift to we already did that. Back to center, seated angle, legs wide apart.
Yes, sir.
And so if you think about your formal attire, right, what is formal attire, Saul? What is formal wear? You know what formal wear is? You know what formal wear is? You know what formal wear is? Formal? Fancy, that's right, fancy. So like formal wear would be like what you would wear to a church or a wedding, right? A wedding or a dinner party or something like that. Like formal wear, like slacks or a nice gown or, you know, pantsuit, skirt suit, whatever you want to do, you know. So when you think about the way you press your shirt or your pants for church or any other formal event, do the same thing for your uniform, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, with these pants, they're soft enough. This crease has been in here since I got my first degree. These pants. I just keep getting the stripes taken off and redone. So these are actually pretty soft. They've been worn in, so I like them. But this is
One crease in the front.
just one crease in the front, like regular pants.
That was-
And if you are curious how to do that, I do my own clothes. If you're curious how to do that, there's this part that's here, this gusset, and that'll throw off your crease if you get it wrong. Does that make sense? You know, if you know how to iron your pants, do that. But and then you know there's that also the military crease. So the military crease comes from the shoulder, top of the collar, and it goes like all the way up here from the top of the collar. Right. So you have a crease from here all the way down to the very tip of your sleeve. Boom. And like I said, once you get it creased, these stay in here. I watched this once or twice, and the crease hasn't really come out. Does that make sense? So you don't have to re-iron it every couple times. And other than that, you can do a dryer press. If you don't like all that maintenance, I like to. And this last pointer, Miss Fiddler is very knowledgeable on how to take care of fabrics. Obviously, she does our embroidery. So she can tell you what you need to do, how you need to wash it, the way you need to iron it, the way you need to dry it to best maintain a uniform for a long period of time. She always told me to keep dirt off the outside to starch it, right? So when you iron it, you starch, and that'll keep a nice film on the outside. It'll keep it from collecting all the stuff off the floor. All right, so those are my pointers for your uniform maintenance, right? Of course, we talked about sash before the break. All right, reach to one side.
Yes, sir.
Reach to the other side.
Yes, sir.
In addition to coming to martial arts classes, I was part of a youth fraternity that had very strict rules on attire and how you dressed. It's a very good program to teach young men how to present themselves formally and informally, and always be presentable. You got 30 seconds, go. Reach to the other side. Oh, wait, did that reach to both sides? Let's head to the floor or as far as you can go. Hold there. So as you start to, I mean, not always as an adult, but as younger people, the habits that you have about your uniform, right, and how you do things, that will start to bleed and show into the rest of your life. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So you'll start to realize, like, when you go to church, you'll actually want to iron your own clothes now. Or before you even leave the house to go to the grocery store, you want to iron your t-shirt, or you want to iron your pants, or you want to just throw them in the dryer and make sure they're nice. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So that means you take pride in the way that you look. Like you have a nice haircut. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
That's part of it. You have a nice haircut, right? So you get your haircut. Right? What if my hair was like this all the time? What if it was like this all the time? And I came to teach class all the time. I don't look that presentable. Right? Now I look all right. And last stretch, feet straight out in front, then one leg back and lean back.
Yes, sir.
switch?
Yes, sir.
And stand up,
Yes, sir.
twist it out, additional stretches. Now, before we left for the break, we went and we had gotten through most of our basics because we're all intermediate and advanced, so we don't have to take those beginner approaches to stuff that we already know. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, I want to see what you got, and then we're going to make improvements, and then we're going to learn anything else that we need to learn so far as basics goes. I'll take a stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Chamber it up tight. Bring it back tight. There you go. High crane.
High crane.
Mhm. Middle crane.
Middle crane.
Low crane.
Low crane.
Get those knees up. Pump those knees up. Monkey.
Monkey.
Hop.
Hop.
Nice. Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Good, good. Cross stance right.
Cross stance right.
Take it down. Lean. Lower. 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 Clap. Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Push it out. Push it out. Straight but not straight. Bend but not.
Bend.
Mhm. Push them out. Crane stance right.
Crane stance right.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Point it down. Point that toe down. Come on, Red. Let's get it. Get balanced. There you go. Dragon stance right.
Dragon stance right.
Good. Very good. Feet together. Now, I know that we haven't worked out a little bit, so some of the muscles, those are called stabilizer muscles. When you jump or you do something that you haven't done in a long time and your muscles feel a little shaky, right? Those are those stabilizer muscles, you're waking them up because they haven't had to do much different than sitting around. It's fine, I sat around too, that's fine. Okay, good. That's it, just dance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
All right, now just a little bit faster. High crane.
High crane.
Good, getting the muscles awake. Middle crane.
Middle crane.
Nice, knees up. Low crane.
Low crane.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Hop.
Hop.
Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Very good. Cross stance right.
Cross stance right.
Clap. Bow stance left.
Bow stance left.
Push it out straight but not straight. There you go. Crane stance right.
Crane stance right.
Dragon stance right.
Dragon stance right.
Good, shift and pivot. Very good. Feet together. Very good. Reset, reset, reset. Yes.
Are you still doing punches and kicks?
Oh. Lauren's really excited for training. Well, there's a good review. Punches and kicks, attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
I wonder who's watching. They're probably like, what?
Well, I was just wondering for the labeling.
I want to see, I want to see.
I was
Oh, there's 5 people watching. Sorry, y'all. We're supposed to be on punches and kicks, but never hurts to review stuff you already know. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Ready stance. Bring the fists up. Fist up, fist up, fist up. You want your weight in the front leg, not the back leg. So shift into your front leg, make it flat, put it flat, and then be on the ball back foot. There you go. Yeah, those breaks do something to you, right? It's like, man, I'm a red slash. I know this. Front hand, front punch. 1, 2, 3. Punch, look straight ahead the whole time. 4, 5, like that. 6. Don't pull the back hand down. Remember, keep it up tight. You actually want to turn into your hand. Remember, turn into your hand. 6. Now keep it up. Keep it up. 7. Keep it up like I'm holding your elbow. 8. 9. There you go. 10. Yes. 10. Good. Make sure it's by the cheek. Remember the cheekbones are right here on the side, right where your ears are. Put those right there, right? Everybody's cheekbones are a little different, but relatively they're right in front of the ear. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Punch fast. 10. 10. Between my hands. 10. That's how you jab. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So you don't want the punch to go that way. You want it from here. 10. Switch, just twist the body. 10. Push. Twist the feet back. Push. Push. Front leg, front kick. 1. Remember, try not to lift the back heel as you kick. This heel stays down, right? You want to be balanced as you kick. So if I just lifted my foot to strike someone else, that means I have taken my balance and chopped it in half, because now I only have one leg on the ground. Okay, so since I now have half the balance that I had before, I want to kick and get my foot back as soon as I can, so I can put it back and be balanced again. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
But don't lift the heel, because as soon as you lift the heel, now you've halved it again. So you halved it when you lift the leg, and you halved it one more time when you went up on the ball of the foot. Now you have only 1/4 of the balance that you had when you started in your ready stance. That math hopefully helps someone. Front leg, front kick. But we are also going to add the front hand, front punch. So you're going to do front hand, front punch. And as you pull it back and twist back to your stance, right? So as you come back like this, twisting the body, foot's going to come out. Height! And it'll happen almost simultaneously, so you're trading. So as the hand goes out, as the hand is coming back, the foot is going out. Height! Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Now, as you kick, be sure to, so if, I want you to put your hand out. We're going to start it now. Go ahead, take your stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Ready stance. Say us. Us. So we're facing the mirror now, and I want you to stick your fist out like this, like you just did your, like you just did your jab. Now on the ball of the back foot, the body's twisted. So now what I'm going to do is, as I pull this hand back, I'm going to start to lean. Now this hand's going to come back and my foot's going to go out. So as I shift my weight back, boom. Right? So at the same, boom, at the same time. But we're not yanking like this. I want you to pull back to your cheek so you can protect yourself. All right, let's give it a try. So hold the fist out, twist the body. Pretend you just did the front punch. Now I'm going to shift back. Don't pull the fist back yet. Shift back to your heel. Now pull and kick. Height! Make sure your knee comes between your elbows, not on the outside. Right? You don't want to kick like this. Make sure you're kicking right in the front, because that's where you have the most power. All right, let's give it a try. So we'll reach out. Shift back. Kick and pull. Boom. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, one more time. Punch. Pull. Strike. What that does is it keeps the person occupied. If I jab to keep space away from me and you, or just to measure, or whatever the case may be, after I've tested my distance with my fist, now I know I can punch you, and I'll put my foot out there because it's longer than my arm. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Let's give it a try. Ready, stance. Front hand, front punch. Front leg, front kick. Height. 1. Height. 2. Height. 3. Height. 4. Height. 5. Height. Us. So front punch, do it with me. Front kick. Front punch, pull it back, front kick. 2. Height. Close. 3. Height. Okay, that'd be perfect for a side kick. Yeah, turn it back. 4. Height. Yeah, there you go. 9. Height. defense, offense. So now when I say offense or defense, I want you to do your front punch, front kick. Offense. And height on the second one. Defense. Oh, that's too slow. Gotta go fast. Imagine you're sparring Mr. Man and you gotta get a point. Offense. Punch real clear, kick real clear. Punch first, kick second. Defense. Get balanced, get balanced. Red side, let's go. Offense. Defense. Right back, elbows in. Offense. Stiff punch, elbows in. Defense. That's a lot to think about. Offense. Defense. 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 Push. Offense. Look up straight ahead at yourself. Don't look at the ground. Don't look at the ground. Defense. 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 Offense. Offense. Defense. Defense. Push. Feet yell. So, if you're a nerd like me and you watch Dragon Ball Z Super, then you saw at the end of the seasons, or that one season, that very long one season, there was something called Ultra Instinct. Anybody hear about it? Anybody see that? Well, look it up. There's this new Super Saiyan level that Goku, right? You know, every series he levels up and levels up. Well, this one he's leveled up finally to some godly level. Where he has this ultra, it's called Ultra Instinct. And really what it is they explain it in the show. Essentially, and this happens with all martial artists and anyone who's ever actually sparred or done anything long term. Eventually the moves just become part of your natural psyche, right? The more you practice, the more you drill something in, the more normal it becomes. So the more you train getting punched at, the more likely you're going to be good at not getting punched. Does that make sense? Yes, right? So it was an interesting concept because it was in the form of a TV show and a cartoon, but it was a real thing within martial arts, right? A real aspect of it, not as magical, but more so just a very fine tuning of motor skills. Does that make sense? Okay, so naturally if I'm standing somewhere and something, anything, it could be a fly, it could be a gnat, if anything enters my peripheral, I swat it like that sometimes. That's a natural instinct, it just happens. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So, I wanted to tell you that because when you practice at home, there's ways, especially if you have someone to practice with, there's ways to practice kind of creating that. Find very simple motions and do them as fast as you can. So, at any time, take poison hands and do it with Sophie when you're at her house or when she's at your house and see how fast y'all can go without missing a block or one of you getting punched. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So just take a simple move, and if, you know, the better you get, you can do just one. You can have somebody throw a genuine punch at you, and you can do your best to touch it every time. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And so you slowly increase your own reaction skills. All right? Take a break for black stats training, and I want you to grab just come back out with your bodies to the wrong southern legs.
Yes, sir.